Hello loves, welcome back to my channel here, Renee's Lifestyle. If you're new here, thank you for tuning in, and to all of my fellow friends, hope you're doing well. Much love and peace. So I just want to make a quick video about how to lower your estrogen and how to rid your body of extra estrogen, because that was one of my biggest problems and I didn't realize how I was estrogen dominant. I had so many signs and symptoms for years without connecting the dots and realizing that the main source of my problem was high estrogen and estrogen dominance. So I just want to go over real quickly some of the best ways to lower your estrogen, well, because it worked for me and hopefully it'll work for you. When I look back in retrospect, I see why I felt the way I felt. Estrogen is a very powerful hormone, and estrogen has so much control over our body, little do we know. Mostly women, obviously, but also men as well. The ovaries in women make estrogen, and the adrenal glands and your fat cells also make estrogen. So just remember that and connect the dots. And this is important because this affects men too. Men produce a form of estrogen called estradiol. Estradiol. I hope I'm saying that right. Estradiol, which is a byproduct of testosterone when it is broken down through an aromatase. Excess estrogen can and it will wreak havoc on your body if it's not in balance with your other reproductive hormones. So after going through my whole journey with endometriosis, I really learned to prioritize estrogen and estrogen dominance. One day you're just gonna blow up with endometriosis, fibroids, PCOS, breast tumors, cervical tumors, and so much more. The list goes on and on, but it all has a common denominator, and that common denominator is estrogen. To lower estrogen starting today would be to first and foremost switch your diet. You have to make that switch. You have to make that switch to a plant-based, if you can do it, mostly raw diet. Cut out meat, cut out dairy, cut out eggs, cut out ice cream, cut out cheese, cut out milk. I'm telling you, long term, it is not worth it. It does nothing but inflame your body on the inside. And not only that, like why do you think lactose intolerant even exists? Because our bodies are not meant to be ingesting dairy. So we have a reaction to it. You cannot be ingesting any synthetic hormones. So along with switching to plant-based raw foods, you also need to learn and be more aware of things in your environment that mimic estrogen, okay? Because it's bad enough we have things in the air, we have pollution, and we have, even toxic chemicals in our clothes, in our soaps, our lotions. We have a lot of external things that mimic estrogen internally. So we need to be more aware of that. And also we need to be aware of some things in certain herbs and certain foods that naturally mimic estrogen. And chamomile, lavender, caffeine, you need to stop those, because all of those naturally mimic estrogen and will make your estrogen rise, and therefore cause headaches, migraines, acne, fatigue, and then long-term reproductive issues. I used to drink chamomile tea all the time, but I cut it out. I was like, no more chamomile. I'll find other things to help me sleep. Also, with your foods, you want to consume more cruciferous vegetables. Cruciferous is like your vegetables like broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, cabbage. You're more like hearty vegetables, more nutritionally dense vegetables. They have what's called DIM in them. It's DIM. It's an acronym. It stands for something. I can't think of it right now, but the DIM specifically rids your body of excess estrogen and lowers your estrogen and keeps it low. So that's why you should always consume some type of cruciferous vegetable, whether you're female or male. Like, we all need to be eating that on a daily to keep everything in balance. So the second way to lower your estrogen fast and efficiently is to lose weight. You need to lose that excess body fat. Like right now, it is nothing but a storage unit for toxins and hormones. So the more fat that you have, the more toxic buildup that you have. Weight is waste. You need to lose the waste. That's why when you lose the waste and flush it out of your system, you feel better. You're not carrying around all those toxins which are weighing on you every day. And finally, the third way would be to manage your stress. Stress can literally be a killer. Stress can kill your mind, body, and soul. So you really need to prioritize your stress level. I know that we are all stressed. We all have some type of everyday stress that we go through, but you need to really reflect on how you handle your stress and how you cope with stress, because that's what makes the difference. When we have too much cortisol built up in our system, it has reverse side effects and it causes an inflammatory state. So how do you manage stress? You need to bring more peace into your life, both mentally, physically, and spiritually. And you do that by prioritizing yourself and doing whatever brings you peace, whatever brings you happiness. And you have to start saying no to certain things and certain people in order for you to allow peace into your life. Because if you constantly are saying yes to everything, you're doing things you don't want to do. And then that causes you stress. And then that stress builds up in your body, causes adrenal fatigue, and then you can't turn that stress off. So you're constantly building up and throwing off your hormones, and then it reflects back on you. You should make time to find things that make you happy. Find things that seem interesting to you that you would enjoy, because you never know. You just have to try and see. And so that would be a good remedy for stress. I think we all know that, but it's just hard to implement. But you have to do that for your own well-being and for your own health. So that's going to wrap up my video on 3 ways to lower estrogen that worked for me, and I hope they work for you. I know there's a number of other ways to lower estrogen, but these were just the main ones that worked for me. And remember, a better you is worth it, so make that choice to invest in yourself. So thanks for watching, take care, and stay tuned.